What is good? This is Ahead of the Spread presented by Wager Talk, where we check out the open numbers, notable line movements, discuss key matchups and angles for the next day. So you have an early edge for tomorrow's slate. I'm Ronald Cabang. Ski Profit, not with me again today. Hopefully he'll be with me. What's today? Thursday. Oh, so Sunday would be actually our next show. So hopefully he'll be back on Sunday. No, wait, today is Wednesday. So hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. So we go Sunday through Thursday every week at this time. But before we head over to checking out the slate for tomorrow, got to talk about today. 2-1 today in the NBA. So things have been going really well. 27-12 in the NBA since prior to the All Star break on the season, doing pretty well as well. I think hitting around 55% um, of my NBA plays. Had a down January, but February has picked me back up and got me on the right side. So hopefully we continue to cash tickets there. What did I have today? So I had the Boston team total under was an official play for me and my clients. So we had the Spurs and Rockets game under 229. And then we also, so the loser today was the Nets team total under. That first half was crazy. That first half was like I did not expect that at all. I think they scored what 76, almost 80 points on the Thunder in that first half. So that was pretty tough, but overall profitable day. So hopefully we continue going in that direction. Banner should be up now. For Ski Profit, WT.buzz backslash HP. For myself, WT.buzz backslash RC. Those are our capper pages. If you guys want to check that out. Also, Wager Talk has a deal going on right now, 30%, 33% off a 7-day NBA pass for either myself or Ski. Use promo code NBA 33. And then also, Wager Talk put together a deal for the rest of the NBA season for a discounted rate. I forgot what the price is, but you can find that over at Wager Talk as well. So let's go into let's go to the chat real quick. I see some people in here. JP, shout out to you for coming in early. The Hollow, uh, Chicago, Brooklyn, and Philly put those in the chat last night. Yeah, man, continue to put your stuff in the chat. You never know who's gonna follow. Follow your plays and all that stuff too. So that was solid looks there. Some of the usual suspects: B Man, Mark A, BD is in the building. Bear Commander, I seen you yesterday. The under was pretty solid. Another winning day for Mark A. So make sure you guys be following each other's plays and all that stuff too. So um, yeah, that's good. So let's get into the games. Sure, I'll share the screen here. All right, so first up we got Golden State and Orlando. Open up at -5.5 for Golden State on the road here. The total at 210.5. This has gone up surprisingly. So 212 at circa 211s are available. There is a 210 at FanDuel. All right, so if we go to injuries, we'll go to Golden State first. Trace Jackson Davis, questionable. Kuminga still continues to be out. If we go to Orlando, Suggs is ruled out. Cole Anthony, questionable. And then Mo Wagner is out still. So over to themoneyballer.com. Situational stuff here. In-season revenge for the Magic. If we look at... Actually, I have some notes here. So I was actually a little bit more prepared today than yesterday. So we go to the games. This one, I think I was looking towards the under, so that's why I was kind of surprised to why that the total is going up. So a few things here. If we go to the Magic side, the over/under situation as home dogs, 8-1 to the under. They've been a strong under team in general, so 37-22 on the season. And then for road favorite situation for the Warriors, 9-6 to the under there. If you look at the team totals, both teams really strong defensively in their current spot. So road favorite opponents, 12-3 to the under their team total for the Warriors, and then Magic opponents when the Magic are home dogs, 8-1 to their team total under as well. And if you look at some of the more recent numbers, so if we go last 10 and look at some of the stats here, some of the things that I looked at, you can see defensive rating for the Magic still continue to be solid. Their offensive rating is struggling. You can see it's mostly their shooting percentages, right? Their effective field goal percentage from all different ranges, kind of struggling there. Uh, and their pace of play, 25th in pace of play over the last 10 games. And if you look at some of the things that the Warriors do, they are one of the more, their 3 point volume is super high above the break or the corner three. Majority above the break threes, and then Magic, they actually defend it pretty well. So they should be able to limit those scoring opportunities there. And then you can see the Warriors, they have a good chunk of their attempts in the paint, and the Magic do defend the paint well as well. A few things as far as like trend wise that I was looking at as well. If you look at the Warriors in these lower total games, and they don't have that many, but if you go to total under 215, both games went to the under. So a lot of things to me kind of just pointing to the under. I think the one of those games actually was against the Magic as well. 104 to 99. The total was 209 and a half. So yeah, a lot of things to me kind of pointing towards the under. That is game one. All right, so going to the chat real quick. So a lot of you guys are actually looking the opposite direction. So Bear Commander looking at the over. JP looking at the over. Looks like BD on the under. Yeah, so kind of all over the board, but for me personally, I don't agree with the total moving up. I'll probably wait now that I see the total moving up. I'll probably wait to see where it settles, and then kind of look towards the under. All right, let's go to the next game here. We got Denver and Milwaukee. Denver, another road favorite game. So Denver opened up at -3.5. This has come down to -2.5 at the lowest. The total opened up at 241. This has come down as low as 239.5 at BetMGM and FanDuel. Let's look at injuries. Milwaukee. So Bobby Portis continues to be out for the suspension. Pat Connaughton is ruled out. And if we go to Denver, Watson and Conchar. Okay, so if we go to themoneyballer.com, see some situational stuff here. Nuggets with the rest advantage. First game of back-to-back, they do have Detroit. So they go from Milwaukee to Detroit. But they do have a rest advantage. So they haven't played since the 24th. They did beat Indiana in that game. I think this is one game that I didn't really have a good strong feeling on. But I think I was leaning towards the Nuggets side here. So a few things here. It's probably going to be all right here. So Nuggets, right? It doesn't look that great. 9-12 ATS as road favorites, 3-8 ATS as on the first leg of back-to-back games. But if you look at towards the Buck side, when they're the less rested team, 3-12 ATS in that spot. If you look at recent form, though, if you look at just last 10 games and how these two teams are doing, there's a significant advantage on both sides of the ball for the Nuggets, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Third in offensive rating, 23rd for the Bucks. You can see points per game there. A big gap in points per game, even though that their pace of play is pretty much identical or pretty close to identical there. That's that. I think so. A lot of it kind of pointing towards. I mean, from a recent form standpoint, I think a lot of the numbers are pointing towards the Nuggets side. But I don't really like their trends on the season as far as how they are on the road as favorites and on the first leg of back-to-back games. So I'm not sure I will bet this game, but I would strongly lean towards the Nuggets side. All right. So there's only 5 games, and I did a lot. I did some pre-work, so probably gonna go quick today. Next game up, Hornets and the Mavs. So Mavs open up as heavy home favorites here, -9. This has come up to 10.5, actually 11 at FanDuel. The total opened up at 223. This is going in both directions. Caesars has a 225.5 and then 223.5 at BetMGM. But most places, or some places, still current at the open number 223. Injuries. Let's go to Charlotte first. All right, Okogie is ruled out. LaMelo Ball is available to play, and then you've seen these Miller, Grant Williams, and Trey Mann continue to be out. And then if we go to the Mavs, their bigs still continue to be out. Gafford, Davis, Lively, Caleb Martin is out. Dwight Powell and PJ Washington both questionable. All right, so let's go to the moneyballer.com here. Third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 for the Hornets. Mavs in season revenge. I think a lot of people have been talking about this Hornets offense. 92, 88, 88, losing by 36, 42, and 53 in the last 3 games. I think a lot of people are going to run to the window and take the Hornets team total under. But I do think that, sorry, let me move my notes here. All right, so if we go to the Mavs side real quick. Against this, so ATS as home favorites, 11-6. ATS as home favorites. You can see the Hornets as road dogs. They're 13-10-1. ATS unders for both teams here, 11-6 to the under, 14-10 to the under. The defense on the Mavs side in this home favorite spot is pretty strong. 15-2, their opponents are to their team total under. But if you look at recent form, last 10 games, Mavs defense not that great. 23rd in defensive rating, giving up 118.2 points per game. I know the Hornets offense is bad, but this total, 223.5 against a Dallas team that's been, I guess, that's missing their bigs. I know some of the teams that they've been facing, the more recent losses, they were against teams that could, I guess, take advantage of the Mavs' lack of bigs. I'm not sure the Hornets will be able to completely, but for the most part, I just don't trust the Mavericks defense right now. It's Mavs or nothing here. I don't think I'll mess with the total at all, just because when you see this type of thing here, and somehow they just come out of nowhere and score a bunch of points, just like what the Nets did today against the Thunder. Out of nowhere, they scored 76 in the first half against one of the best, defensive teams in the league. So I think I'm gonna stay away from the team total under, focus on the side, and look towards Dallas to win by double digits. But I honestly don't think I'm gonna bet this one. It's just a lean towards that Maverick side. Sorry, I did check. I did see some stuff in the chat, so I'll bring that up. Hornets falling off the map. Yeah. Easy double-digit win. Charlotte team total under. Charlotte team total under. Yeah, everyone's looking at the Hornets to struggle offensively. It just seems weird to me. And I know the recent form that the Mavs defense hasn't been that great. So I really don't know if I'm gonna fade the Hornets tomorrow. I don't think I will, if I'm being honest. I just have a feeling something funky is gonna go, and I don't want to risk it. All right, let's go to the 4th game on the board. Pelicans, obviously I see why you guys want to take the under. It all makes sense. It just gut feeling there that something might happen. Really funky. All right, so we go Pelicans and Suns. Suns open up as home favorites here, 6.5 at open, has moved up to 7.5. The total 236 has pretty much 236 across the board. A couple places at 235.5. If we go to injuries, Pelicans here, Bruce Brown out, and then same guys out for the season. On the Suns side, Monte Morris ruled out. All right, and then Here, Pelicans first game of back to back. Suns first game of back to back as well. Fourth game in 6 nights. Also coming off an OT game, so fatigue potential fatigue spot there. They are in the in season revenge angle, so we'll look at that. Um, so Phoenix has they actually play back to back on back to back nights, and they don't change sites. That's pretty interesting. We could actually look at that in Killer Sports to see how that goes league wide. All right, so some of the things that I was looking at here, both teams really struggling in their situations, right? So 4-11-1 ATS as home favorites for the Sun side, road dog situation for the Pelicans 7-16. Back first leg of back-to-back games 2-10 ATS on the Pelican side. For the Suns, at least they win their games as home favorites 12-4. They're just not covering the number. As road dogs, Pelicans 2-21 straight up. So I don't expect the Pelicans to get the win here. It's just a matter of, do you think that they will cover the number? What are some of the other notes? Oh, Suns off an OT game here. Actually, let me see the total. Yeah, Suns off an OT game. So we'll go to Killer Sports. We'll go to Suns and POT greater than 0. So in this situation here, 1-3 straight up NATS, 3-1 to the over. Each game, their opponents did go over their team total. And then if you look towards the Suns in that revenge angle, all right. So we go Suns, PL, Suns in the revenge angle. Not that great. 6-8 straight up, 5-8-1 ATS, 9-5 to the over. And then if we look at some of the stats here, last 10 stats. Look at both of these defenses. 28th in defensive rating, 30th in defensive rating for the Suns. Points per game allowed, bottom two for both of these teams. They're just giving up a chunk of points combined. If you combine the two of them, 248.2 points per game defensively allowed for both of these teams here. If you look at the Pelicans, I know offensively they haven't been super great, but their pace of play is up there. Suns, if they want to get back on track, offense. I mean, they're as far as like offensively, they should be a better team offensively, and I think if they get going somehow, they wouldn't be, they wouldn't mind going at the pace that the Pelicans are, that the Pelicans play. Some of the things offensively that the Pelicans actually can take advantage of is that 3-point shooting. They're actually pretty efficient from the three. Corner threes 12th, corner above the break threes 5th, and Suns defense is in the middle of the pack. 19th in corner three defense, 15th in above the break three defense. So I actually think the way that I would look would be towards the over. I would lean towards the over. Don't trust either defense based on how they've been playing recently. And if the Suns offense get going somehow, I think they would run with this Pelican squad. So lean towards the over. All right, so we go to the last game on the board, Minnesota and LA. All right, so Lakers open up at -4.5. Actually moving up pretty quickly, up to -6 already at BetOnline and DraftKings. You could still get 5.5s. The total 224 has steamed up to as high as 225.5. Can still get a 224.5 at FanDuel if you like the over. So we go to injuries. Minnesota. Gobert already ruled out. Julius Randle still out. DiVincenzo and AE are both questionable. On the Lakers side, just Maxi Kleber. All right, so on the moneyballer.com, a lot of situational stuff here in this game. So rest advantage, they have 2 or more days of rest, but they are coming off an OT game where they were the dog, and they did win that game. That was a game against OKC where they came back. Crazy comeback for that Minnesota team. So And first leg of back-to-back games, they do travel to Utah. So travel situation, first game of back-to-back, emotional win um, in OT against OKC. This is to me a really strong letdown spot. I know the Lakers are in the first game of back-to-back games. They don't have to travel though. That's the huge part. And then they had the double-digit in-season revenge angle too. So what are some of the notes here? All right, so Wolves off OT. We'll look at this real quick. Timberwolves. How did they do in this angle? 1-1 straight up. 0-2 ATS. They did lose out. They did lose outright to the Kings. Obviously, that King squad is a little bit different now. And then they did fail to cover against the Suns. They only won by 3 as 7.5-point favorites there. And then we go to. This was an interesting angle that I was looking at. All right, so Wolves. Wolves against teams that they beat by double digits. So Wolves against teams that they beat by double digits, 4-6 straight up, 3-7 ATS, and then if you say that they're on the road, I believe 0-4 straight up, 0-4 ATS, opponents 4-0 to their team total over. And then if you look at, I think last 10 stats, last 10. So you can see the Lakers, their offense has been clicking. 6th in offensive rating, number 1 effective field goal percentage. You can see the Wolves defense in the middle of the pack, but their effective field goal percentage is defense. Effective field goal percentage allowed is pretty high. One way that I could look at it would be the Lakers side, or if you don't trust the Lakers to cover this number, you could actually look at the team total over as well. That would be another way that I look. Mid range, you can see mid range efficiency on the Lakers side against this defense, 29th in mid range defense. That could be an angle for them. Above the break threes, 7th in volume, 7th in efficiency. And you can see that Wolves defense right now, 22nd in above the break three defense. So I think the Lakers can score a chunk of points. I'm not sure we can trust the Wolves offense to show up in this one, because Lakers defense number 2 in defensive rating right now. So like I said, Lakers side or Lakers team total over. That would be the way that I go. All right, that's 5 games. That is 5 games. Let me take the screen off here. All right, so let me go to the chat a little bit. Gotta go back a little bit because I missed a lot. Nets lost to Wizards, but cover the spread against the Thunder. Yeah, man, that's wild. Okay. Brooklyn team total under was a bad beat. Don't know I don't know if it was a bad beat. I wouldn't call it a bad beat. I would just say I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I'm not really sure. One thing that you can say is that when strong teams go against these lower tier teams, sometimes they kind of let off. I know it was like a bounce back spot for the Thunder and all that stuff, but I think they just wanted to. They just I don't personally. I don't think teams care to cover the number, right? They just want to win. So they just did what they needed to do to get the win. Cam Johnson under 18.5 had 11 with 4 minutes left. Scored 8. Damn, that's tough, bro. All right, so what else is there? I don't know what game you guys are talking about. It's probably the the Pelicans one? Let me see. Pelicans Suns, maybe? That might be the game that you guys want to back with. 3, not really sure what that means. Maybe 3 straight games, 3 straight days. Suns can't play them, or Pelicans ATS suck. Yeah, pass. Pelicans plus the points. Lean Phoenix over team total. What up, Shaqzilla? Lean over. Yeah, definitely. Pelly's couldn't score on Spurs. Yeah, so that's, I mean, that's an interesting angle as well. Team total over. So Virgo, Jermaine Virgo giving out some plays. SGA under 42.5 PRA. That's actually a good look. If you think the SGA, you talking about today? That's those probably the plays that you cashed today. I'm assuming. All right. Lakers game going over. See, the thing with that, the only reason why I would focus in on the Lakers team total over versus the over in general, because if Minnesota lets down on the offensive side of the ball, there could be an instance where the Lakers get up and over their team total, and the Wolves actually stay under, which is why I would look either the side for the Lakers or that team total over, because I just don't know if I could trust Minnesota's offense to come out um, that strong in this game after OT, after beating the Thunder, playing against a Lakers team that has a lot of momentum on the defensive, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So I don't know if I could trust that Minnesota offense to get them over. Lakers first half 9-1, last 10. Okay. BD under on that game. First three meetings this season went under total. Two down. All right, so that's it with for today's games. Real quick, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button before you go. If you can, just leave comments after the show as well. I usually try to go back and respond to them. Drop your best bets and your plays in the chat or after the show as well in the comment section. Make sure you guys check out the links that we have in that banner right there. Skee, his capper page, wt.buzz/HP, myself, /RC, and then check out all the deals that are going on. The deal page won't have this coupon code, NBA33, for either myself or Skee for a 7-day NBA pass, but there is a deal for the rest of the NBA season. If you want to rock with me there's a discounted price on the page. What else is there? Oh yeah, the links in the description. Odds Logic, the free, not free, but Odds Logic is the live odds page that with the customized books, the alerts and injuries and all that stuff. That link is in the description if you want to try that out. Um, uh, Click on the link there, and then Killer Sports is the site that I use for ad hoc querying. Just pulling the first leg of back-to-back game stats, all the stuff that you saw on the screen share, and then also the moneybar.com with all the stats, trends, and insights, all on a one page per matchup, color coded. The schedule is there. I was, I helped build the site, so I use it on a daily basis. Is the reason why I've been really successful in the NBA, WNBA, NFL season, all that stuff. MLB is coming up as well. So make sure you guys check out themoneyballer.com. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so whether you fade or follow, it's on you to make that call. Good luck with all your actions. Till next time, peace.